Chief. What's good, y'all? Today, let's talk about heaven and hell and life after death, because I've been having a lot of people ask me about this. Now, I ain't gonna sit here and tell y'all that I know everything about everything, but I know a little bit about something. So I'm gonna just tell you what I know. Now, first things first, hell is not what y'all think. It's not nowhere near what y'all think. There is no such thing of a fiery pit where you gonna burn for eternity. There's no such thing of a red devil with horns. All of that shit that you see and that you hear in religions, or you see on TV shows and all that. It's all a fantasy and it's made to promote fear. That's not what hell is. Hell is a state of consciousness that you are going through as a person, what you're experiencing in this life that you're living. Some people are going through hell right now, alive, walking the earth. Some people are experiencing heavenly states. Some people is right there in between. It all depends on you and what you going through. It ain't got nothing to do with, sins, and if you going to church every Sunday, if you praying, if you doing this and this and that. It's good to pray and it's good to go to church. It's good to do these things, but the most important thing that I would say is just you got to have a strong, high consciousness. That's the most important thing to do as a person, is to have high consciousness. Be a person that go to church every Sunday, every Wednesday. You attend every service. You do everything you have to do. Well, everything that you think you have to do, everything that they require you to do for the churches. You could do all of that and still go to hell as a person if your consciousness is low. If you died a very depressed person, you sad, and the world is just, you feel like the world is against you, everything is going bad, and you all the time, you just at a low state of consciousness, you're not going to heaven. You're not. You're going to a hell state. And that's nothing to be honest with y'all gotta stop thinking about all this bad, good, and evil shit. All of that is just perception. And then even if y'all want to say that, oh, God came and he gave so-and-so a description of what he looked like so he can write it down in the Bible, that's still that person's perception. It might have been a whole lot different if you was the one that was hearing what God is describing himself as. You might have wrote it down a different way. That's how that person saw that being. It's not your perception. That's what y'all don't understand. Everybody has the power to create their own ideas, their own perception. Everybody perceives things differently. Everybody is different. You cannot agree with just something that's been here for all these hundreds and hundreds of years. One person created that and they made it like a stone for everybody. Like if you go into any church, you're going to see the same picture of Jesus Christ. You're going to see the same person. That's whoever created that image very first, well, that was that person's perception, man. You have to have. Let's get back on topic and talk about the heaven and hell states. They say that if you go to hell, you're going to burn in eternal fire. I think that's more metaphoric than anything, than being, the truth. I think that's just a metaphor, because if you think about it, there's people that's eternally burning right here, right now in front of us. Think about a crackhead. All day, every day, the only thing that's on their mind is that crack. They need that crack. They'll do anything for that crack. Their soul is eternally burning for the crack, bro. That's eternal fire. If you think about somebody that might be addicted to sex, they might have a real strong addiction towards sex. They 24/7, they gotta have sex. They want to do this, they want to do that. They think, and I'm not talking about just regular sex. I'm talking about that crazy shit that you see on porn, that crazy shit. It's people out there that's addicted to that. It's people out there that's addicted to porn. They gotta watch it every day, all day. They addicted. That's eternal fire, y'all. Not no fucking flame that's gonna be burning your body. No, it's what you're dealing with inside of you. Internal fire is that flame, that will, that drive that make you want to just do shit. You can have eternal fire for good. You can have eternal fire for bad. It just depends on the way you're using it. Like, let's just say it this way. You can have an eternal fire for somebody that you love. You can love that person so much. This eternal fire that's inside of you, it burns. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. You can feel this shit. It's inside of you. That when you just have that strong urge to just do some shit, that's eternal fire, y'all, not no fucking flames. The reason why I know this is the truth is because I know that fucking flame, and I know that shit it can be terrible. It can make your life miserable. I know it, because I've been through it. I know how that shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I've done crack and shit. I ain't never touched none of that kind of shit. But I have, I smoke a little weed and this and that. And I know how that shit feel when you stuck in that stage to where you just gotta have it. You gotta have it. Or you just going crazy without it. I know how that shit feel, man. It's called, that's the real eternal fire. That's people that's the hell states right here on earth. You gotta understand that. It ain't no such thing as no you gonna go to hell and you gonna burn and all that shit. That's just programmed fear to make you nervous and make you scared, man. Now, on the flip side, let's talk about heaven states. A heavenly state would be people that's just, they all the time, they in a loving mindset. They just very, very friendly. They happy about everything. They have no worries. They have no doubts. They just confident. They free. They free from, all the bad emotions that most people suffer from on earth. Now, these people usually tend to spend a lot of time in nature. They take a lot of time to themselves. They ain't working no 40 hours a week. They not doing shit like that. They just living their life. They enjoying a life for the moment. They not worried about what's happening in the future. They not worried about what happened in the past. They just living their life in the now. These people are in heavenly states, man. There's people out here that live a whole completely different world than you live in. And they might be right next door to you. There might be somebody right next door to you that don't see none of the shit that you seeing. As far as with this COVID and all these mass shootings and all this crazy shit that's going on. There might be somebody that's living right next door to you that don't know none of that shit exists. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? The world is peaceful to me. There's people that's like that, y'all. You can literally change your state of living by just changing the way you think, man. Seriously. Now look, I haven't even been on this COVID shit and all these mass shootings that I'm just now hearing about. I haven't even been hearing about that shit like that. That's because I don't really pay attention to it. And a lot of y'all gotta understand, a lot of these states that y'all, going through, it all depends on what you doing on your fucking phone. Your phone is basically, your phone can literally create your fucking reality, y'all. Your phone, social media. Y'all spend so much time on TikTok. Y'all spend so much time on Facebook. So much time on Snapchat. So much time on Instagram. And all you doing is just seeing all kinds of pictures and shit that people posted. A lot of negative shit. Every time I get on Facebook, I see some negative shit. That's basically they creating your reality. They making you, when you scroll down and you see that they talking about, 500,000 people died from COVID in the last 2 weeks. That's your reality now, because now you seeing that shit and you like, damn, 500,000 people? I gotta put my mask on. I'm scared I'm gonna catch it. They fucking programming you. That's your reality, man. I swear to God, if y'all would take a break from social media and just go outside. Forget the mask, forget your phone, forget everything. Just go outside and just breathe. Do that for a whole week and I guarantee you will see the world in a whole different state. It will not be the way that y'all see it now. You have to get off of social media. It's a trap. Social media is a trap. I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all that I don't be on there, because I be on there. But I do take my breaks. Like, sometimes I notice that I'm spending too much time on my phone and I erase Facebook and all that shit for like 3 or 4 days. Just to, reprogram my mind and get myself back straight. Then I come back. Y'all got to start doing this. And it's mostly y'all females. That's the reason why y'all be so fucking evil. Why y'all be snapping on people all the time. Y'all hop on Facebook just to look for negativity. You know how many people just be attacking me for no fucking reason on Facebook? I ain't even tell y'all this, but I had a post that damn near went viral. Like last week. And guess who the fuck was attacking me in the comments? Nothing but so-called black people. And all I was trying to do was tell y'all to tell them the truth. These people be bots. They don't be really black people. I'm going to tell y'all what be happening. The fucking government be watching me. I know y'all don't be believing this shit. Y'all don't be believing what I'm saying, but these niggas be watching me, man. And they be sending me all kinds of friend requests on Facebook, people I had never seen before. It be old fake looking random accounts with like 2 pictures on there and nothing else. It just be random ass weird profiles. Now, for y'all out there that might be suffering from a a hell state right now. You might be going through a lot of bullshit. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to turn that shit around. And it's up to you to do it. All I'm going to do is tell you. And if you decide to do this shit, good for you. You going to be all right. Now, this is what you want to do. If you somebody that's suffering, you going through it, you always depressed. This is what I want you to do. And you need to do this shit. You need to either A, wake up early in the morning when the sun first come up, or B, go outside right before the sun goes down. What you need to do is you need to go outside, and you're going to look crazy as hell. You're going to look weird unless you got somewhere where you can do that shit privately where nobody can see you. And you're going to go outside. You're going to take your shoes and your socks off, and you're going to stand on the ground on the dirt, and you're just going to look at the sun. You're going to look at the sun for however long you can. I usually do it for about 10 seconds. You're going to look at it, and then you're going to look down, you're going to close your eyes. And you're going to hold your eyes closed real tight for like 5 seconds. You're going to look again for another maybe 15 seconds this time. You're going to look at the sun again for about 15 seconds. Then you're going to look away, and you're going to close your eyes real tight again for 5 seconds again. Then you're going to do it one more time for 20 seconds. You always want to do it a little bit longer each time. So if the first time you did it for 10 seconds, the second time you want to do it for 15, the next time you want to do it for 20. And then after that, after you get done with that 3 process cycle, you're going to just close your eyes, not real tight. You're going to close your eyes, you're going to kind of have it like this, and you're just going to look up at the sun. And then you're going to start feeling the pressure right here. That's your third eye being activated. First of all, when you look at the sun, it gives you positive energy. It's going to make you feel a whole lot better just by doing that. I promise you. Try it. I promise you. Now, let me say this. Do not do this when the sun is high in the sky. You're going to fuck your eyes up. Do it when it's coming up, when the sun is just rising, and when the sun is going down. So when you will know when you can do it, because you'll be able to look at the sun and it won't hurt your eyes. It's going to be like you're just going to see a bulb of light right there. And you can look right at it. It won't hurt your eyes. It won't be bright or none of that shit. You'll be able to look right at it. Do this shit with emotion too. Have emotion. Whatever the fuck you going through. Even if you got to start crying, cry. Cry and look at that sun. Those tears are going to turn from sad tears to happy tears. I promise you. I promise you. And then another thing, the reason why you want to be barefoot is because the ground, it literally pulls negative energy out of your body. Negative ions, it pulls it out of your body and it goes back into the earth. That's how you ground yourself, y'all. You ground yourself by walking in nature. Our ancestors did this shit. There's nothing demonic. There's nothing crazy. There's nothing wrong with what I'm trying to tell y'all to do. This is what our ancestors did. This is what our greats done. They did this shit. They was in tune with nature. All this going to the church and praying and all that shit did not exist 300 years ago. I don't care what none of y'all say. I don't care. They created these religions to keep us away from what I'm trying to tell y'all to do, because they don't want us to wake back up. They don't want us to become, in tune with our true power, with our true nature of what we really are. A lot of y'all think 666 is the mark of the beast. No, that's not what that is. 666 is 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. That's carbon. That is the molecule makeup for carbon. Do you know what carbon is? Carbon, if you have melanated skin, if you have dark skin, melanated, you are 666. Nigga, that's what you are. You are carbon. You are made from carbon. Look this shit up. I'm not telling y'all no stories. They tell you that, they basically telling you that black people are evil when they say 666 is demonic. They basically telling you that black people are from the devil. That's literally what they saying. Literally. Because if you look it up, 666, 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons is carbon. And that's what you are as a person. The honest to God truth, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. A lot of this information, I don't think a lot of y'all ain't going to be ready for it. And I still got other shit that I can say right now, but I don't think I'm even put that out right now. But I just want to say that shit right there. Y'all got to understand, hell is not a place. It's not nowhere that you going to go if you've been sinning and doing this and this and that. Listen, you can be the most evilest person on the earth. You could have murdered people. You could have done all kinds of crazy things. And you could just be somebody that know how to get rid of karma. You know how to, switch shit around. You can still go to a heavenly state. Or you can be somebody that's the most loving person in the world. You could be, all the time giving people things. You could always be doing stuff for people, but you have a low consciousness, and you one of those people that look happy, but really inside you sad as fuck and depressed. That person is going to go to a hell state. It's not what y'all think. A lot of this shit that y'all know is just fucking you up. And to be honest with you, now I'm gonna just say this: the Bible, a lot in the Bible is real because they took stories from these old from these tablets and shit. They took the stories from the tablets and they put them inside the Bible. I'm for real, y'all. Like they literally did that shit. A lot of these stories that y'all see in the Bible is truth, but it's not the truth. Like they tell you the truth without telling you the truth. They basically just change the story up and make it in their own way. But let's just say this. Let's say this. When they talk about how the fallen angels, how they came down in the Bible, that's true. But y'all gotta understand, the fallen angels are fucking aliens, ETs. They the ones that's running this earth. They the ones that's running this earth right now, ETs. They fallen angels, man. They the ones who came down. Y'all want to know what y'all want to? Okay, look. Satan is not a person. It's not one being. It's not one thing. Satan is the form of spirituality that these fallen angels are using to control us. That's what Satanism is. Satanism is that shit that you see in these music videos where you see all these crazy symbols and all that, and all this crazy stuff. That Lil Nas X video, that's Satanism. They use that shit to fucking program your mind, to control you, to basically this whole reality that we live in is Satanism. Everything that you see, everything, is not one being. So when y'all be talking about, oh, Satan trying to get you and this and that, look, Satan is a whole group of fucking beings. They not us. They not us. And they the ones that's doing all the damage and shit. They the ones that we in this spiritual war against. They the ones that we fighting every single day when you trying to do right, but you just can't because shit just keep pulling you down. That's Satanism. It's a group. It's not one being. See, I'm gonna tell y'all, us humans, we are supposed to be the rulers of the universe eventually. We are supposed to be gods. Satanism is a group of ETs that's afraid of our power. They're afraid of our potential. They don't want to bow down to us one day. They don't want us to become more powerful than them. So that's the reason why they created Satanism, because they trying to go against our progress. That's the reason why they making all this music, all these music and videos and shit that y'all see with these rappers. When they telling y'all to take drugs, they telling the women to do this and this and that. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, when they want y'all women to be thoughts, they want y'all to be in the club twerking and doing all this crazy shit, not worrying about nothing else. They doing that shit to dumb y'all down so y'all won't realize who you really are. That's Satanism. It's a whole coalition that's going against mankind's progress. And right now, we are winning the battle. That's the reason why people like me are starting to wake up and shit. The reason why I'm starting to collect all this information and shit. The reason why so many people is going against me nowadays. I got so many people that's hating on me, that's talking down on my name, that disrespect me, that got all kinds of negative shit to say about me. They don't know nothing about me. Just the information that I give. And they just straight up hating. That's what happens when you become somebody that's doing work, that's out here doing shit. I'm speaking my truth. And there's people out there that's listening to me. There's people out there that hate what I say, and that they don't like me as a person, but they still watch everything that I say because they soul is somehow connecting to that shit. You know? But today I just had to get this video off. I've been trying to get this shit off for about 3 days, but I just kept on getting distracted and shit. But I finally got this video done. I really hope that y'all listen to this shit. Listen to this shit. Don't Matter of fact, listen to it, but don't believe nothing I say. Take the information that I say and go do your own research, man. Come up with your own truth and then hop on YouTube and whatnot and speak. Do what I'm doing. Anybody can do this. Some of y'all out there, like a lot of y'all rappers and shit in Cartersville, y'all got so much pull. Use it to do something positive. Stop promoting all this negative shit. Some of y'all got so much pull in Cartersville. Y'all could do so much positive. But instead, y'all want to talk about selling drugs and killing people and doing all this goofy shit, man. That shit is done. It's over with. It's time to be positive people now. It's time to be what we came here to be. We are fucking gods. We are kings and queens. They don't want us to know this. They want us to be thugs and drug dealers and shit like that. That's not what we are. We way more than that. It's time to do something different. And that's the reason why a lot of y'all going through so much hell right now, is because your higher self know it's time for you to change, but you trying to hold on to that bullshit, and it's going to destroy you. You need to let go of that shit and start being a positive person. I promise you, your whole life will change in an instant if you cut this shit out and just start speaking about. A lot of y'all got so much pain, so much inside of you that you can. I'm out, chief.